Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cypher. Wow. Of Cypher Sistas. I am your lovely host, Rachel Sela, and your other lovely hostess here, Malika.
What's up?
Well, the one and only majestic Malika.
What's up? How y'all feeling this evening? I'm obviously feeling pretty good. Shit.
I'm feeling good too. I'm feeling good. It's been a really great start to my week, so I'm
Okay.
very happy.
All right.
Getting a lot done. My intentional hour is starting next week on next Monday. So I'm super excited about that. Been working.
Nice. Do you have any signups? Did people
Yeah.
sign up? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have about 10 people signed up, which I'm really excited about.
Yay. Yay you. Yay you. That is awesome. That is so awesome.
What you smoking on?
So girl, I was just looking up the strain. So it is now I actually did my
I'm gonna
research.
need you to look up my strain too, because I didn't have time to get the stats, y'all, or write them down, I should say.
See, I just need to pull it up. I actually looked it up prior, because I was prepared this time. But I just wanted to pull up the flower. So what I'm smoking on is called the Pineapple Express.
Oh, Pineapple Express.
Yum. Now it's in a vape form. It's in a vape form this evening because you know how my family rolls over here, and it makes me happy and talky, and it has pineapple and mango flavors to it, and I taste a little bit of both. More pineapple than mango though, and a little kind of tropical. The mixture of the two, kind of where you even think there's some coconut in there, but there's really not. But
I like
that flavor. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking with tonight. So it's pretty good. It's pretty dope. What about you, ma'am?
I am smoking on so I had this strain from last week and I saved a little bit just for the show because I loved it.
Okay.
So just as an aside, my strain for the week is actually Lemon Kush. You can look that one up.
I am right now.
I've been smoking that all day.
Oh girl. Okay, according to Lee,
it's really good. That's some good. Because it also has naturally occurring CBD in it and a little, I think like 1% CBN, and
so it's supposed to make her giggly, and I've seen a couple of giggles already. So okay, we're good. Happy, uplifted, lemon, citrus, and lime flavors. Are those the flavors you're getting?
Yeah, and it's crazy. My husband did not care for the flavor of it.
Really? More for you to smoke. That's kind of how I'm looking at it.
No, he definitely smoking it.
Oh, he just bitched about it while he was smoking.
Just let me know of his complaints, because you know why? This flavor that I'm about to talk about, which is what I'm smoking right this minute, is called guava jelly. And he loved that, and so did I. Oh my goodness.
Guava jelly.
Oh my goodness. Guava jelly. I was trying to get my plug, like, do you got any more of this? Like, what's good?
Okay. It's coming up. Oh, it's beautiful.
Look at it. It's delicious. It is delicious. I don't usually say that. Because that's why he was complaining. He's like, how you going? He was like, you've been bringing the flavors home regularly, and you bring this home? I don't like this.
Oh, so he mad because wait.
Because the guava jelly was top shelf for him, and then for him, I guess lemon kush flavors wasn't hitting.
It was just like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, because it makes him focus, creative, and relaxed all at the same time. Okay, peach, pear, and apricot flavors. All right.
Yeah,
it helps with limb pain.
It's a very mild
limb pain.
Huh?
Phantom limb pain.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
I was about to get real inappropriate real quick, but I'm not even gonna go there.
Please don't.
I'm not. But it helps with PMS too. Yeah.
You know what? Mm-hmm. That is true. I'm gonna vouch for that.
All right.
I'm gonna vouch for that, because where I was in my cycle when I was smoking this strain, I usually be grouchy. I usually be wanting to get rusty, and that's how I didn't even realize that that it was almost time for lady time, because I was feeling so good. Like, so guava jelly, I'm gonna have to find you.
Yeah, you gonna have to hook me up with some of that, because
this is a strain I might have to practice my growing up so I can have it regularly, because I really enjoyed it. I want
guava jelly. Okay, wait, I gotta write this down.
Rub it, palm it belly like a guava jelly. Maybe that's what Bob was talking about. not the X-rated version.
I was like, wait a minute, she done created a whole fucking song.
You don't. Come on, you know that song.
but you had to put it in context for me a little bit. Yeah. So check this out, man. Check this out. All right. So boom. Those are the strains. Let's jump into legal really quick, and then we're gonna jump into this topic because Alex said she's super excited to hear about it. So I ain't gonna hold us too long.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for coming.
Yes, Alex. We appreciate you joining us again, sister. All right. So so there was supposed to be a website that was supposed to help people with presidential pardons on a federal level. That website is still down. I know people are going there. It's still down. You know, there's like a lot of infighting. You know, folks didn't go out there and vote. And so this is what the fuck happens. You see what I mean? I'm going to lay the blame back in your lap. Y'all should have voted. Shit. All right. So Massachusetts has,
I got nothing to say about that.
Yeah. Even if you don't feel your vote counts, fuck it. Exercise the right any fucking way. Because it may one day, like today, when it mattered, when y'all wanted them pardons. But all right, let me stop. So we were talking about this last week about how much money states are making. Massachusetts made $4 billion in legal recreational tax revenue. So $4 billion, that's a lot of fucking money, right? Other states need to get on board. The FDA will not. So remember, we were talking about how the FDA was going to look at starting to potentially regulate CBD and what goes into CBD and things like that. They're not going to regulate that as it stands right now. So they're going to make a pass on that.
I mean, not that the FDA really, like, to me, I don't necessarily take all of the FDA's recommendations when it comes to things that I consume.
True facts.
But I really do feel like there needs to start to be some regulation as far as these cannabinoids, these synthetic cannabinoids that are being sold in the store, as though it's just like okay for people to consume them, but they don't have no studies done on it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, remember when synthetic weed was out there for a long time, right?
Remember that? Yeah, that K9.
And people were
like going crazy.
People, man. They were eating people. Like, you know,
people was going straight bananas, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like they don't know the long-term effects of none of these. They just keep coming up with these synthetic cannabinoids, and then and everybody's like, oh yeah. Like I remember one time I smoked some, I think that was Delta 8. Oh my goodness. I was like, first of all, it's had like this chemical taste to it, and that's how I knew something was different, because I was like, where did you get this from?
Yeah.
Like my husband bought it home. I was like, where did you get this from? He was like, I don't know, you know, I'm smoking it. I'm like, this is a different kind of high. Like, I don't like this. Like, I started to get mad.
That ain't what we supposed to do, though.
Exactly.
That's the opposite. You're going the wrong way. So yeah.
I mean, that was one of the main reasons why I started to really educate myself about cannabis. That experience with that person who, you know, gave my husband the Delta 8. I'm like, oh, so people want to be tricksy.
Yeah, and I'm like, trying to sell shit like
I'm taking over buying getting the gifting of the cannabis, and I'm taking over picking the flavors. You don't need to do nothing. Okay.
So check it out though. When you go into the stores now, the little smoke shops, the shit looks actually real.
It does. It does. But you know, if the experienced consumer can tell the difference, there's telltale signs that if you're looking at it, you can tell the difference. Like I'm always, maybe every now and then they might be able to trick you, but even the scent of it, has a chemical lingering scent. Under all of the notes, there's still a chemical scent.
In there. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I just have a really good sense of smell too. So look at this honker. I better have it.
Genetic, I guess. So look, South Dakota is starting to look at some marijuana bills, and so that's a shout out to South Dakota. That's a big fucking deal. In Maryland, they're actually going to remove, or there's a bill on the books where they're trying to remove odor from the police searches. You know what I'm saying? So like you can't just roll up on a car and be like, I smell like weed up in here.
I mean, because everybody's car smells like cannabis at this point.
Yeah, for real.
I'll just be driving down the highway and I'll smell.
You're transporting it. You don't even have to smoke it in there. It's transporting. And then your car winds up smelling. So shout out to Maryland for looking at that, man.
Even if you have a freaking dub.
Yeah.
All you have to have is a little, you can have a nugget this big. You pulling me over for a nugget, boy, bye.
And the smell. He's pulling you over for the smell of the nugget.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, for the smell.
Because you don't know if it's a nugget or a pound.
I know.
I guess. Oh,
but I hope you dumbasses ain't driving with a pound. I mean, you know.
So check it out. There, in the New York Department of Labor hosted their first Cannabis Career Summit. So shout out to them for that, right?
Hey,
that's a big deal.
Which Empress, she had a really good clubhouse this Wednesday with a guest who was from an organization called, I don't want to get it wrong, Ganja Veteran. I'm so mad at myself, but it's a social justice organization, and they are working closely with the government and all of the administrators in New York for helping people get those social equity licensing, helping all of that. And they were having a really, really good discussion about policy, about being able to access those licenses. It was excellent. If anybody wants to catch it, you should definitely go back and listen to the rebroadcast on globalmeds.com or globalmdz.com.
Or can we post it in
the group? I definitely will. I definitely will. It was
the
really
link
good.
So somebody can go back and take a look at it.
Yeah. I got y'all. I got y'all. But it's just good news that an actual grassroots organization, New York is really, for me, just like watching, on the sidelines, what they're doing is really
they're leading the charge.
Exactly.
They're leading the charge with legislation and stuff
and
like
social equity, especially. I feel like they're doing
the most. Yeah. Because California,
even though they're handling
like legalizing it, but like New York and the other states are now taking on the flag to continue to actually make this make sense.
Exactly, to help people get businesses, to help to do what they need to do to diversify the industry.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me.
You didn't start her. Go ahead, girl.
I can't stand you. All I was gonna say is that I like to see that they are talking the talk and walking the walk. They're trying to get more minority owners in the business. They're trying to help these people who have the dispensaries that aren't technically legal, to help them go through the process, get them streamlined, get them legal. You know what I mean? Like, that's dope.
That is.
But that's my city for you. You feel me? They know what money talks.
Money says a whole fucking lot, doesn't it? And so 2 other things. If you're traveling to Hong Kong, this is for our sisters out there like Brittany Griner. If you're traveling out of the country, be careful of the laws. And like Hong Kong has a ban on CBD. Don't take no CBD over to Hong Kong. Okay?
Not even CBD.
Let's not even do that over in Hong Kong. They have a CBD ban. The American Medical Association said 63 million people found legal marijuana states. So where they were saying that there would be where the proponents or the people who were against marijuana legalization of cannabis, those folks were saying that there would be an increase in psychosis. AMA is finding that there's actually not an increase, and that it's just leveling out, and the crazy people are just crazy people, and the people who smoke are just the people who smoke, and so all is good. Currently,
that tracks.
Yeah. Which we already knew. They said what we thought they were going to say, but we just got it from the AMA. So that's what's up. And then currently there are 639 cannabis and psychedelic legislation drug bills in state and Congress. So we got to get out there. We got to vote. We got to support our people out there who are speaking our language, and, make sure you're registered and do what you need to do in order to make sure that happens. And that is what I have for legislation.
Thank you, Malika.
No problem, my
let's jump into the hot topics.
Yes.
So before we get heavy on the hot topics, because there's some heavy stuff in the hot topics, but I want to talk about the lighter stuff.
Yeah,
let's talk about Vibes B&B. I don't know if you guys have heard of this.
Oh yeah,
Vibes B&B, a Black-owned Airbnb type booking for cannabis-friendly hotels and places.
Accommodations.
Accommodations. Thank you. I was really trying to find that word.
Like,
now you ain't gonna find it.
Man.
Sleeping, you ain't gonna find
it. Smoking, loving. I love that idea.
Yeah, I'm just like, go ahead, finding your niche and doing it well, because like I read the article. So the brother's name is Deontay Mack. And he used to work, he has a background in tech, and he said he really loved tech, and just like that's
he started like Best Buy and like the phone stores and stuff like that. So
Yep. And he had his idea, and he worked hard and hustled and networked, and now it's a $1 million business, and he's doing well. Most of the listings are in Florida for now. Oh, that's what's up, Takesha. Hi.
Hey, Takesha, thanks for joining us. Oh, yeah, Vibes.
Yeah, right. Vibes B&B.
Makes you want to go to Florida, right? Just to go.
Yeah, because I was going to say, most of his listings are in Florida, but I'm looking forward to, him expanding and listings coming available, because I'm always looking at Airbnbs like for events, and then I'm like, oh yeah, you can't smoke cannabis. You know what I mean? So now
that's kind of how we started part of the conversation of even Cypher Sistas, right? Exactly. Was like talking about like having events and doing things like that, and having nice locales to do that. And
exactly.
And him providing this is just freaking amazing. And shout out to you, brother. It's genius. We appreciate it, man. This is awesome.
And we look forward to patronizing Vibes B&B, and definitely encourage everyone, if you're looking for a 420 friendly destination currently in Florida, and I think a few other places, definitely check out Vibes B&B. It's a nice site. I even checked out the site. It's not, people like to, because something's new, they're gonna throw shade on it and like, look ghetto. No,
it was nice.
It's a nice site.
It's a nice site. It was well done,
and I love it.
It was well done. And the thing about it is, hopefully the young brother, I'm thinking like if it's
and he is a young brother. This brother's in his 20s. So
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like if young brothers listening, if you're out there, like there's a few friendly spaces in Philly too, is what
that's what's up.
That's what's up. And what the thing about it is, there's plenty of places that actually do Airbnb that are 420 friendly. So like maybe advertise on his joint as well.
Exactly.
Nationwide.
All these, bed and breakfasts. I remember when back in 2012, my mom, she wanted to do a bed and breakfast, and then everybody started, like, I started hearing that phrase after, she wanted to do one in where she was living at the time in the Caribbean.
Which would have
been an excellent bed and breakfast host though. I can't. I would definitely go to her.
Oh yeah. Shit, I like going to visit even if I'm going.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly why I said she would be amazing bed and breakfast.
I mean, for you strangers, yeah. To us, I mean, we just going to visit family. But
for real though,
teach us those skills, man. Because for those states that are canna friendly, it would be nice to start seeing, a lot more of those. Because, like, sometimes when people traveling for work or whatever, at the end of the day, and not saying they want to blaze all day in your shit, but at the end of the day, they may just want to be able to.
You want to know where the plug is. You want to know where
your plug is. Yeah, if that's available. Yeah, So you may meet a new good friend. You never know. Shit. I've met some great friends over bud conversations.
Heck yeah.
So.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that Philly space. Philly is one of my secret favorite cities.
Really?
Well, we were talking about that, right?
Yeah, I do remember you saying that. It just, I'm sorry, it shocks me every time because I secretly love Philly too.
Oh man.
I remember when I wanted to move there.
There's something about there's something about Philly.
Right before I had Daniel.
It's I'm a married spud, but Philly men, damn, they just used to Yeah. My man's from Georgia.
Yeah, I've never had the pleasure of a Philly
honey. They got just enough.
I'm a born Jamaican.
Yeah. She likes the Caribbeans. I mean, for an American, it'd have to be the Philly.
And I'm partial to men from New York. I can't lie.
Yeah, and see, in Philly, they got just enough where it's like they're borderline Southern, but they're not. You know what I mean? So they still have manners.
Yes, Keisha. I'm sorry. She put I didn't mean to cut you off, Malika.
Oh no, you're good.
And yes, I agree with you about what you said about men from Philly. I haven't been courted by one, but as friends, yes, they are very polite, but very
they have manners, but they'll still stomp the fuck out of somebody.
Yes. In a nutshell. That's a Philly man in a nutshell, apparently. But yeah. There's an event. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. Cannabis Noir, Black Women in Cannabis in Philly this summer. We definitely going.
Oh yeah.
That's why I was laughing.
And now, wait. So Takesha, we need to find out about those.
I have the info.
No, I'm sorry. The Philly spaces. Yes.
Share with us some.
Yeah.
Spaces so we know where to stay because we definitely want to be at this event.
Yes, we do. You said this year, right?
Yeah, it's this summer.
Okay.
I think it's in July, but I might be wrong. It's either June or July. But we'll talk about it later.
All right, cool. All right.
So forgive me, y'all. I'm reading off Post-its, and I don't know where my glasses are because my daughter is obsessed with my glasses, and I hid them from her and hid them from myself.
So. Wow. Yeah. A person without glasses hiding shit from themselves. Yeah.
What an accident.
Oh, Airbnb. Yeah, that's what okay. All right. Yeah.
Oh, they list cannabis friendly spaces on Airbnb now? Like actually you can go in and type in like that you want cannabis friendly, like it's 420 friendly. Is that an option?
I mean,
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Because when I was looking on Airbnb,
look, she did the fake like she had a split in her head. She was like, wait. I mean, she was so ready to be sick. She pictured herself at a pool in an Airbnb.
I was actually picturing myself soaking in the tub.
Okay, but she pictured herself at an Airbnb with a split in her head.
No kids knocking on the door.
Hi, B&B too.
School us to the game. Thank you.
Hi, B&B. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay.
But if they all have the same listings, I'll probably, just to support the brother, go through his.
No. I'm gonna go back to the brother if he got the listing. But I'm just saying. Mama like to travel.
Maybe we could go surprise Fatima.
That would be fun. Yeah.
Use his listing for that. That'd be dope. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So
somebody said yes. Is that Fatima?
No, that's not Fatima. Is it? I don't know.
Okay. Back to business. This Wayman,
I don't even think she watching.
This Wayman Wesley food, right? Hey, if you guys have heard about this Houston prosecutor, his name is Wayman Wesley. And he's been posting hateful things about Black women, specifically dark-skinned, full-figure women. Fuck him from every Black
person. Not only that. So I read it. I went.
He compared us to trash, the son of a bitch.
Exactly. But my biggest thing with him. So this man, okay, this
half man.
Okay,
he's the real man.
He goes, and this is his half-assed apology. During 2015, 2016,
oh yeah, he was
I was feeling real low. I was abusing alcohol, beep, and everybody was using Black women as their punching bag in their way to come up. So I decided to jump on a train too. And I'm so sorry. And I just was like, boy, thank you. Okay, because this is why I don't forgive him. This man gonna say, this is one of his quotes from his page.
Oh wait, and doesn't he have like a cooking show or some shit like that? Yeah, yes. Don't support this piece of shit.
So women. This man gonna say, if Black Lives mattered to Sandra Bland, she wouldn't have taken her own life. I'm serious too.
I ain't even got a comment for that.
Okay.
We gonna keep on pushing. What else did
But don't apologize. Now, don't you apologize. You showed yourself. You showed yourself. You don't got nothing.
I'm out of honey. I'm out of honey tea. I'm pissed off now. You know, doing all right.
You don't gotta say nothing. You said what you had to say, Home Slice.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like there's nothing else.
But the thing about it was he was hired as an assistant district attorney.
He's a prosecutor.
Which means that Black women, so let's think about Houston, right? Let's think about the demographics of Houston. Heuston has a lot of Black people, from what I understand.
I do too. I do too. I understood that too.
Okay. So if he's prosecuting Black people and he has a inner hate towards Black people,
wait,
he probably is in the wrong fucking job.
He's an idiot because he's gonna say, "Oh, I don't hate Black women. I don't have anything against Black women. I have a deep love for Black women." Boy,
yeah.
If you don't sit your line,
your mama should be ashamed. Your mama should really be ashamed.
Definitely be ashamed.
And you know what? I'm gonna say this to all Black men that hate Black women: your mothers should be ashamed of you. And the way that you raise your daughters, because I actually had a conversation with a Black dude that disliked Black women, refused to date Black women, but had a Black daughter. And I was like,
hell no.
There is something
wrong with you.
Like right now, I don't even consider you a Black man.
There's something wrong with
you. You can't hate on me because you ain't me.
What you showing
your
daughter? So you showing her that she should hate herself now.
You telling her that she is not valuable and you don't give a fuck about her. No, but I love my daughter. She's different. How is she different? How is she different? So the guy that we was talking about, hold up. So the guy, let's backtrack a little bit. The guy that we were talking about was Wayman Wesley. And yes, he is a Black man. He's a Black attorney in Houston. I think in Houston, in Texas, y'all need to shut this bitch down. Run him out your state. Let's run him out the fucking country.
He resigned,
but he still got to get a job someplace.
But I think that people just need to cancel his trashy ass shit.
I think they just need to cancel him altogether. Like, you should not be able to get a job anywhere.
Let me go look at the article so I can tell y'all what his name is. So if you ever come across
his name is Wayman Wesley. Wayman Wesley.
No, his handle.
Yeah. Go ahead and check that out. But Wayman Wesley, he actually complained. He compared Black women to trash.
I think his name is Wavy, Chef Wavy.
Chef Wavy, Chef Wave. Watch this, Wave. Yeah, motherfucker. I'm sorry, this may not be monetized.
But you know what? I mean, you gotta laugh.
Forget Chef Wavy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, F him.
I can't even, you
have to laugh.
And you cooking your mama recipes, you sorry sap sucking son of a biscuit eater.
That part. But that
you
part,
cooking your mama recipes on TV or on your little whack ass show.
YouTube.
The game. Well, now let's not come for YouTube because we on YouTube.
No, he's on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. He's on YouTube. He has a YouTube channel.
We love you, YouTube.
Our YouTube channel is not the same.
But yeah, man. So this whack ass piece of shit is gonna be talking about Black people and Black women. And the thing about it is, when you reproduce, you're gonna have a Black child, you idiot.
I'm just concerned about the fact that so many people who are Black people who are in these administrative and governmental positions forget that they're Black.
Oh, like those, yeah.
Like the assholes who killed that boy.
The cops that killed, yeah.
Okay? Because that brother, Tyree, who died, okay? I'm telling you, this one was hard for me. First of all, I didn't even watch the video. Because I just saw like a post, somebody RIP Tyree and him skateboarding So I had that memory, and then I like somebody like I saw like peripherally hearing someone talk about, oh, Tyree was murdered by the cops, and then the vision of him skateboarding just kept on playing back in my mind, and then it made me think about my son. And I hate these videos. I hate all of this. Like, for real, I hate all of this because, like,
but they gotta show what's going on, sweetheart.
They do, and I'm not saying don't. I'm saying that I'm so fucking sick of this shit. That's what
happens every day.
I'm saying it does.
And consider that I used to live in Memphis as a child. That's a scary thing. Every time I've been to Memphis, it's been nothing but murder, or I've gone back to bury somebody. I've not been to Memphis in a positive light since 1992. The last time I went to Memphis on a vacation, I was with my cousin, and my other cousin's boyfriend wound up being killed in his car.
My goodness.
So then I came to New York and I hung out with you guys for a little bit. I was about 18 around then, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I came. I was like, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. What the fuck is happening? The next time I went was like for some bullshit. Every time I go there, it's like some bullshit is going down. It's a scary place to live, especially if you're a person of color. It's a scary place to live, especially if you're black, because blacks don't like blacks. Some blacks think they're better than other blacks because you got a government job, because you work for the man. That's okay. That don't mean you better than anybody else. You put on your pants the same way somebody else does. You put on your pants the same way the janitor does, the same way the trash man does, the same way the teacher does. When we stop showing respect for these other people out here, this man was doing nothing. He ran a stop sign. He had a bus. It was a traffic stop. It was a fucking traffic stop.
Yeah.
The kid lost his life. I don't know what the traffic stop was, but the kid lost his life. He was 29 years old to a traffic stop.
I'm hearing a lot of people say that it seemed like it was a personal situation between him and one of these guys had some type of, you know what I mean? Like, let's get this.
Facts. Say that again. A higher position on the plantation does not mean you're not.
Hello, okay.
Just because you a house nigga.
Thank you.
Nigga, you still
Thank you.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear. They still see you like that. And you doing this.
Officers that did this, they gonna learn that.
Oh no, they already learned. Because look, when white officers do this shit, they on administrative leave. All these folks.
First of all, there was a white officer in it. He tased the brother first. He was the first.
But I'm saying when it's a majority white,
did he get fired though? That's what I'm trying to say. Did the white officer who was a part
I don't know.
He didn't.
He didn't. Why you playing games?
He didn't get fired.
Okay, see, this is breaking news for me. I'm sorry. I thought I read the article properly. Apparently, I missed something.
Did you read the Daily Mail UK? They give better reports of American news. There's something about
the white officer didn't even get fired, but all the black guys got fired.
Yeah. Yes.
Personally, I think they all should have been fucking fired.
Oh yeah.
Unless he jumped out there to save that brother.
I'm gonna send you that article too. I gotta find it.
Unless he jumped on that black man's back to be like, stop beating him, in order to stop the beating from happening.
He said, never mind.
I'm saying unless he did that.
No, he didn't say anything good. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's what I'm saying. Unless he said that, then he should have been fired like everybody else, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
I feel you. And that's why let's move on, because I'm not gonna lie to you, like collective trauma. I was reading an article about this. I know you keep saying like it's important for us to see these things, but what happened to me mentally is something that happens to us all. We see ourselves and our children in these situations, and it literally feels like we're experiencing it. And that's why I don't like to watch these things. I
feel you. And I know they happen. We know they happen. We as a people know they happen. I'm saying that the shit needs to be out there so that they can see it. Now, if you choose whether or not to see another black kid has been killed by the cops, I mean, because it's like a daily occurrence. It's a daily fucking story. I mean, if you skip one, God forbid, I mean, you want to say all their names because they all matter. And I'm not saying that they don't, but it's just that it becomes such a thing that it happens so frequently that sometimes you need to rest yourself. You need to take a mental break so that you realize that you're still human and you still need to have those happy moments and live
I think this one was really more painful because of the nature of who was participating in it and like how violent it was.
You know, how are we surprised, man? The black cops was always the worst. How are we surprised? Yeah. Every time I would rather deal with a white cop than a black cop. And that's me being John Brain. That's me being a buck. I'm going to tell you straight up. Being a kid out in Cali, I would definitely rather deal with a white cop than a black cop. A black cop may cop a feel. A white cop don't want you. Wow. White cop don't want to be bothered with you. You know what I'm saying? A black cop is going to, because he's got to prove to this white guy who's his partner that he's equally as invested in putting his foot in our ass, that he so much puts his foot a little bit deeper in there.
Yeah. Damn.
I'm not surprised. I am not surprised that it was black guys that did that shit. I'm surprised they ain't been caught sooner. That's why I'm surprised.
Yeah.
They'll turn their back on us so fucking quick with this. And don't get me wrong, all lives matter. I'm about that, right? But right now we focusing on Black Lives Mattering, right? So when they come with their Blue Lives Matter, them black cops will be ripping that shit so hard they forget they black.
Yeah.
I'm not saying all black cops, but I'm saying there's a nice majority out there. Y'all know some of them. You done encountered some of them.
Oh, yeah.
A little more by the book, you know? White guy wouldn't let you go. Black dude is like, nah, man. She was doing 2 miles over the speed limit. He's like, damn, dog. I remember, I'm going to tell you, sir. I remember I was rushing to the hospital because my grandfather was in the hospital. This is when he was living in Cali. I mean, out here, right? I was rushing to the hospital and I was going above the speed limit. I'm rushing to the hospital. I don't know if he's going to make it or not. The man pulls me over. I tell him what I'm doing. I'm rushing to the hospital. I pulled over because I didn't want to get shot. You know what I'm saying? Happened to be a brother. I'm rushing to the hospital to my grandfather. All right, ma'am. He held me there for another 20 minutes while he wrote a ticket. State trooper in Stafford County. Held me there for 20 minutes while he wrote a ticket.
Trash.
I was like, now, if my grandfather had passed, thank God that wasn't the day. Thank God that wasn't the day. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's cold shit like that. They don't hear what the fuck you got. They have
abuse of power.
It's abuse of power, and they have no empathy for us.
Yeah. Ooh. I know, right?
I mean, no, but the truth of the matter is we can't be a society without laws. We can't operate without laws. And we can't operate without somebody to enforce those laws. However, we decide as a society that needs to happen, right? So we are going to need people in place that are able to do that and understand that what they have is a privilege and not a and it's a privilege that you get to serve these people in this way. And maybe there'll be less violent crime. You know what I'm saying? If it's a different aspect to the way that we start to look at the world, and we equally have something to lose in it.
Listen, you're literally talking about complete systemic
change. Yes.
Yeah, and that ain't happening.
I get it, but if the kid wants to be a cop, the kid should be a cop. He just has to be the change. That's what I'm saying. Shit.
I mean, I hear you.
Humans do need to evolve, but like, you know, there's still them Ted Bundys out there. So, and I need motherfuckers like him and Jeffrey Dahmer locked the fuck up somewhere. Somewhere.
Yeah.
I need him to be locked up somewhere.
And wife beaters and the lot, you know.
Yeah. There's a bunch of people I need to see off the street. But yeah.
But on another note, let's talk about the main subject. I'm looking like this is an essay. That was real heavy, so we gotta lighten it up.
We gonna try to lighten it up.
Although it's kind of gonna be heavy this next talk, but it can still be light, right? We're talking about cannabis and parenting.
Yes.
So last week I saw this video of a child who was having a seizure, and their parent was using cannabis oil to treat them. So they were rubbing the oil on their gums and massaging it, and you see the child come out of the seizure. Like it's slow, but it's a good progression. Like, you know what I mean? You can see the oil and it worked pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Right. And so I don't know if anybody is familiar with Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web was super instrumental in the legalization of CBD, and now, which is instrumental in the continual legalization of THC for medicinal and recreational use. But Charlotte's Web is a strain that is a high CBD strain, which is crossed with THC, some THC cannabis and some industrial hemp cannabis. So it's a craft cannabis, if you will, for those of you who are familiar with those terminologies. So it was developed by Charlotte Figge's father, and Charlotte has a condition. It's a seizure condition that usually basically is fatal to the children, because when it's in children, they die by age 5. And apparently Charlotte had died of cardiac arrest twice. Like, they had to revive her. She was in hospice, and they really, really wanted to find a way to treat her. So they found that, cannabis was a viable way to treat her seizures. But of course, cannabis is not legal. So they fought the good fight, and eventually we have CBD, we have Charlotte's Web, we have, like, if it wasn't for that, I'm sure it would have been even longer before we were able to do that. But now they're finding that medicines for seizures with a bit more THC, so we're talking that entourage effect, not just CBD or CBG, and I'm not even sure what the legalities are on cannabinoids like CBG and CBN, because CBG isn't really psychoactive. I haven't found it to be psychoactive, but THC definitely is. Let me get back to the point, because I was about to nerd out on y'all big time. So one day I'm just gonna have to do a cannabis 101 so I could really nerd out on everybody. And that's just breaking down how cannabis works in the body and all that good stuff. But let's get back on topic.
So just to point out, Charlotte is now 12 years old.
Charlotte passed away.
So she did. Wait, I thought I said fighting for Charlotte, now 12. My bad.
That's an archives article that I sent you.
I'm so sorry. So she made it to 12. That's a good thing, though. So she made it to 12, and she had Dravet syndrome.
Thank you.
That's what she was suffering from. Yeah.
And so they found that whole plant medicine that has the entourage effect works better and works faster and has a longer lasting and more beneficial effect. Now that brings bigger problems, because parents cannot legally give their children psychoactive THC, right? Because it's still federally a class 1 narcotic.
Yes.
Right? So if you tell your physician, oh, I've been treating my child's seizures with THC and CBD and CBN and CBG,
they gonna call the people on you.
Exactly.
You get your kids taken.
Exactly. So I just, wanted to have a talk, bring the discussion to the table to talk about those parents who have the courage to defy the odds and still treat their children, because they know everything else is not working. But this, yes, depending upon your state. Exactly.
That's a good point.
Exactly. And thank you. And that we need to bring this information to the forefront, because it needs to be more readily available in other states. Because if I'm not mistaken, Colorado, you can give your child,
in Colorado.
And a lot of people who have children with these conditions are upending their lives and going to live in hotels and live out of their cars and do all of that so that they can take care of their children and get them the medicine that they need. Should you have to do that?
I mean, I don't think the question is should you, because no, you shouldn't.
Right? Exactly.
I mean, if you're asking us, the obvious answer is fucking no. But yeah, relocation is an option. Breaking the law is an option. I mean, but I guess the question isn't necessarily what would you do for your kids, because at the end of the day, I mean, if you love your children, you're going to move heaven and earth for them. And it doesn't matter what it takes in order for you to be able to treat them, as long as you're doing what you need to in order to take care of them, because that's what we're here for, right? Mm-hmm. Or at least that's what I believe I'm here for as a parent. My job as a parent was to make sure my kid made it to a certain age, alive, became a productive citizen, and did certain things that, and is a kind person and is a good parent and is all these wonderful things that I've been blessed with in my daughter. But I would have moved heaven and earth for her if that was the case. And so, no, if I were living in Virginia at the time and they told me I couldn't give my kid cannabis in order to keep her alive, fuck you. You're going to have to take me. I mean, I'm going to have to go to jail. Mm-hmm. Or I'm going to have to figure out another way. And relocation is obviously an option, but it's not always the easiest option, especially for people who don't have the funds and means and the abilities to be able to just relocate. Right. So, yeah. It's a hard conversation. It's a hard situation. And then the thing about it is, and you and I were having the conversation earlier a little bit about, like, if you have other kids in the household, and so now they're going to school, and what are they telling their teachers? Or what's the conversation that people are having,
Okay, we the people.
Yeah.
I'll check that out. I'll check that out.
For sure.
Because I was, when my godson got diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, this was before my son was born. My sister, she, was doing a lot of research, and she would share and she shared this video with me, and this was a mom's group that was in Pennsylvania, and the mom was like crossing state lines regularly to go and get the cannabis and to bring it back so that she could make the infusions. And she was like, she does not care. She was like, I got it, because you're not the one that's dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, my baby's having seizures regularly. My baby's having tantrums. He's in pain.
Yeah. I'm going to do what I need to. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. And it's intense. It's intense. And I really, really, my heart goes out to them, and I just pray for their safety, because I understand, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're braving it all just for your baby. Like, and my thing is, like,
just to have not even a normal life, but just to have a better life.
Bearable life.
A bearable
life. Yeah. Because, like, you got to think about it. These conditions with seizures, like, for instance, with Charlotte, she was having 300 seizures, I think it said, in a week.
Yeah, I think they were saying 24-hour period. Sometimes she would be seizing. Like, they'd have to open her eyes to make sure she was still, like, yeah.
When you're seizing, your whole body it's like, think about it, like, your whole body's a muscle and it tenses up. You're not breathing, nothing's happening.
And what your family's watching this too. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. The pain that you're going through, but then the pain that it's also being the residual effect. Yeah, ripple effect on your siblings and your parents and the rest of everybody. I mean, it's just it tears a whole family apart.
Yeah,
it could.
Yeah,
it really could.
Yeah,
yeah,
it does. It really does, and that's why I'm looking forward to the legislation changing.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be one of the better things about cannabis getting legalized on a federal level.
Yeah, I agree. Is people being able to take care of their kids?
Yeah, because a lot of children need it.
Yeah.
There are so many seizures, and the thing about, like, with seizures, there's only, like, treatments. There aren't really cures, because sometimes they don't even know why. Like, with children on the spectrum, sometimes they can't even understand. Thank you. They can't even understand, you know, they can't identify the cause of the seizures.
Yeah.
So it's
a lot. It's a
yeah.
lot. It's a lot for
and then like there's
with.
a whole other side of it. So let's like your children who are suffering from anxiety or other mental disorders. Do you feel, how do you broach something like that? Would you as a parent be comfortable giving your child cannabis to combat their anxiety, to combat their depression, to combat, you know what I mean? Or do you feel like, no, I don't think so, wait till they're an adult?
So I'll tell you two schools of thoughts, right? So in my younger days, I was always concerned with the CPS coming to take my kids. So I was going to do whatever it took for that not to happen, right? Yeah. And so that meant that I lived a very straight and narrow life.
You did.
And I didn't do anything, right? And I was comfortable with that. And on some level, I'm still a little comfortable with that, right? But now being a grandmother, it kind of changes, right? Because now I'm a user, so it changes my narrative a lot. Mm-hmm. Do I allow him to see me smoking around the house? No, I don't think that's healthy.
Yeah.
Because I don't want him to come behind me, pick up my pen, and try it on his own. You know what I mean?
You right about that.
So I don't think it's healthy but I think it depends on the children, and I think it depends on the environment in the household. If it was something where it was a common thing where I had kids in the house all the time, I would probably approach it a lot differently than I do when I have a kid every blue moon. You know what I mean? Like I can put it down for a week or whenever he's here and be okay with that. Mm-hmm. But like if I had kids every day, shit, I'd probably need to smoke to survive. So I don't know. So I think it's different strokes for different folks, right?
Yeah, I think so too. So for me, I will say, like, because of how we grew up, like, I don't remember a time when I didn't know what cannabis was.
Yeah, no, me either.
You know what I mean?
But there were like a few of us that went the opposite direction, right?
Right. And so, you know, when I didn't even consume cannabis until I became a full-blown parent, adult, almost in my 30s. You feel me? So, and I had plenty of access to cannabis. There was never a time in my life where I didn't have that. And I mean like tip of my fingers type access. But I just didn't, you know what I mean? Like it never even dawned on me that it wasn't even in my, you know? So, I mean, like every now and then my friends would be like, hey, let's go get high. You know what I mean? And it was just like corny to me. Like, bruh, like why?
The first time I tried it, I don't think I did it right. I didn't inhale or something, and I was like, I ain't even gonna waste y'all shit. And I just stopped. That was just it for me.
You definitely, like, once I started and I used to go like outside with everybody during Thanksgiving and stuff, and you was still a stick in the mud.
I'd be looking at you like, oh, really?
Yep. You was like, oh, you left me too.
But you know what? I saw each of y'all kind of defect, right?
You knew it was coming. I ain't gonna
everybody defected. I was the last holdout.
Yeah, you was. Once we got you, we got you.
Lord.
You.
It was a wrap. But
y'all don't know how happy I was.
It took a minute.
From my side, boy.
I was like, a long time. I just didn't see the. I didn't see. Yeah, I just didn't see it. I just didn't. You know. I didn't see the attraction. I didn't understand it.
Well, now you do.
Yeah. Well, it's more but for me, it's more medicinal too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, like, you know, I didn't start just because I wanted to feel.
And that's the maturity. That's where the maturity component comes in, and that's what I was trying to get at. Yeah. Right. I feel like it depends on the maturity level of your child. So that they can understand, like, okay, if you are approaching me, because I have an older child. Yeah. And he's at the age where he's socializing and he's going to have access to cannabis from friends and from whatever. We've had discussions about cannabis. And I say, if you're interested in cannabis, let's have a talk about it. Let's get educated about it. Let me let you know the ins and outs. And you need to tell me why you think you need to be consuming cannabis. And then we go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Because he can go smoke it on his own anyways.
For real. It's almost the same conversation. I think the cannabis now is going to be one of those same conversations that you have like alcohol.
Yep. I was thinking the same thing.
Driving, finances, just typical the conversations you have as a parent with your child.
Yeah.
Cannabis is now going to be one of those.
Yeah, it is. It is, but it's a beautiful thing.
It's
a beautiful thing. Because, you know, I feel like if you are a responsible parent and you explain to your child, you know, and like you said, just know your child. If you have a child who just be like, you know, just like,
I don't know if I should introduce it into my household.
Do everything.
Exactly. When I
don't.
You know what I mean? And
then
that's
keep
why
your
I did
stuff, smoke in your bathroom, and keep your stuff hidden.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. You feel me? I grew up in a house where our cannabis was enjoyed. My parents and my elders enjoyed their cannabis because it's a part of our culture.
Yeah.
And it's not
and it was part of the religion.
Right? Exactly. At the time, yes. And so, but for me, it's more of a cultural thing at this point.
No, now it is, but I'm just saying back then, growing up,
But my children visit my parents all the time, and my parents are not the type of people that hide their stuff. You feel me?
They're not gonna put out.
And so we've had discussions. I'm not saying that my parents just be like, "Oh, big spliff in front of my children," but they have their ashtrays, you know, whatever. We have talks. And they understand there's a space to discuss cannabis because I'm not going to hide anything from them. They're going to get the skinny. Whatever they ask me, I'm going to answer them honestly and openly. But I say this conversation is for us and us only. Please don't go talk to your friends about it because I don't want to have to talk to their parents about what I'm speaking about with you.
Yeah.
Right? And the conversation just ends there because it's between you and your child. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the bottom line is this is a conversation that should be had between you and your child. And you as a parent do know what's best for your baby. That's why the Most High gave them to you. They didn't give them to the doctor.
And you know your child.
Give them to the government.
Blabbermouth, you know.
Okay.
Wait until they're older.
Yeah. And keep yourself, you know what I mean? You could tell them about it, but still be responsible and keep it locked up. Keep it in your secure place where they can't touch it.
Yeah, because nowadays kids are finding all types of stuff in their family.
Exactly.
And let's just keep it a buck. Our kids are going through our shit.
I know. Oh,
our kids are going through our shit.
And so
if you
that's
think
why I want one of them lock green boxes.
Yeah, because if you think it's the same time like it used to be where your parents say, you don't touch my shit, and you could see it there and you wouldn't touch it. No, our kids are interested.
I know.
They digging, they smelling, they're licking, they're touching. I have grandchildren.
They are.
Yeah.
They really are.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's been a really good show.
I agree. We giggled a lot.
And we kept the topic concise. There's so much more.
I mean, we could go on with like
when it comes to parenting and cannabis, but that was just the perspective this week and this for this life. Next time we'll talk about it from another perspective. Guys, so February's coming, and I know all of you guys. Well, I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I just never really got into it. I think it's kind of stupid. And
I demand a meal, damn it.
And it's there's so many reasons why, and I know you guys are gonna be like, oh, you're such a Valentine's Day Grinch. I'll be that. But I do celebrate Galentine's Day. So next week, Malika and I are going to be having a Galentine's Day episode. So we'll be doing everything all Galentine's. That's if you don't know what Galentine's Day is, it's just a day to celebrate the beautiful sisters in your life and the women you love, who make your world go round, who pick you up when you're down. Look at me rhyming like a poet. You know I'm done.
I'm going out on the note. I'm gonna start singing. I told you what I tell you. Then she gonna start striking poses and shooting videos. And on that note, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, all of that.
Like, subscribe, share. We love y'all. Have a beautiful week.
Until next week, y'all. Have a good day.
Holla.
Bye-bye.